Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Becca, and we're gonna break down our optimized session. We have to stop. No.
No, we're gonna go.
No.
We got this.
You gotta say you're an engineer.
Hi, I'm an engineer. My name is Brian. I'm an engineer at AppNexus.
My name is Becca. I'm a data scientist at Nexus, and we're gonna break down our session on designing a system of algorithms for augmented line items. And I really hate being on camera, so I'm gonna leave it to Brian.
Let's go. So what we have here, again, this is designing a system of algorithms for the augmented line item. So what we have here is all of the different systems that we have that are making your augmented line item work. So what's the point of augmented line item? The point is you, as an advertiser, get to only give us 2 parameters, and then we make everything else just work, right? So you'll give us budget, for example, $100 a day. And you'll give us a KPI. That is something like a $2 cost per click, right? And using only these 2 parameters, we're gonna actually make everything just work, right? And we're gonna figure out all the rest for you. And so we're gonna do that through this system. Now I'm gonna go through this system and talk about what each of the individual components are here. But before I talk about these individual components, I'm going to have a brief discussion about what's going on here. So this is kind of like the big, dark, black engineering stack that we have. So we have Bidder, and we have other applications like IntBus, segment logging, and all these things are getting logged in all over the world, right, in different data centers. And they're getting redistributed and then reaggregated into these different data pipelines. So this is the streaming data pipeline, and this is the batch data pipeline. And the streaming data pipeline is fast data, right? It's not everything. It's not the most accurate. It's very accurate, but it doesn't have to be 100%. But the whole point is that it's going to be low latency so that we can react quickly and make smart decisions, right? And then the batch data is the complete data set, right? It's what reporting uses, it's what billing uses, and it's everything that we need in its most granular form so that we can actually report accurately on data. Right? But this is slower because it's so complete. So these are the 2 systems, the 2 engineering systems that we're actually going to be using in order to make really smart decisions for your line item. And before I go into the systems, the controllers themselves, I'm just going to mention that there's 3 ways that we do this, right? We affect your bidding, your evaluation, and your allocation. Bidding and valuation are more about how much you're bidding, right? What to bid, and allocation is more about where you bid. So in this talk, I'm going to just briefly reference these, right? Because these are what's most important. So what happens? Right when you activate your line item, we immediately start seeing spend, and we immediately start pacing your budget using this application called bid price pacing. So the whole point of bid price pacing is if you're over-delivering, or under-delivering, will change the value of your bid in order to meet your delivery goals, right? And often what happens is you over-deliver because you're eligible for a large portion of the internet, and it will actually shade your bid, which is savings passed on directly to the advertiser, right? And the only way that we can make this work is through this fast streaming pipeline. So from the time you actually spend in a bidder to the time that it actually hits our controller, and then we send back a record that says paste this way or shade this way. This whole loop is less than 60 seconds, right? And this is not only happening for your advertiser, but for all of the advertisers on our platform, right? So that's the bidding part. We have that down. So the next part is we're actually starting to bid, right? This is within seconds of you activating your line item. The next thing we have to do is figure out where to bid on the internet, right? You're targeting everywhere. You might be serving on many different websites, right? Which one is best? And so that's the next problem that we're going to tackle. So within minutes, we do something which is called testing, right? And we have this system called Discovery, which is going to go through all of these different phases of testing inventory. So what we do is Discovery will first rank all of the inventory, all of the websites that we think are best, and we'll start allocating your spend away from the entirety of the internet to only the inventory that we think is best. And this happens within minutes of you activating your line item. So we start shifting our inventory, again using the streaming data pipeline, looking at your delivery, looking at your allocation, start shifting this inventory over to the best the best inventory on the internet for your line item. And then a lot of that inventory is not going to be as performant as we thought. So things are going to fail and things are going to pass. That means inventory is going to be good or inventory is going to be bad, right? So then we move the inventory from test to a pass or fail state. So this is all happening within this discovery application, right? So discovery is constantly looking at streaming data, looking at delivery data, and determining which inventory is best, right? So that solves the problem of allocation. Now the last problem is valuation, right? So you set up this $2 CPC goal, right? And once we actually have enough data, once we have a significant amount of data, a good number of clicks, and conversions, a lot of user data, we can actually use that data to actually make really smart decisions. So that's things like user frequency, right? Or clicks, or conversions, or views, right? Things like CTR. All of these things are going to be taken into account in valuation. And not only were we just going to do kind of what we had previously done in the old world of V7 of just doing valuation, but we're also going to do it using our new tree infrastructure, the AppNexus programmable bidder, right? So that's valuation, right? And so now at this point, you have the synergy of all of our systems working together, right? And so there's one actual last piece that I need to show you, and that's over here, the most important part. This is us in a room, and when we're doing filming for just about anything at AppNexus, we have a really good crew of people that like to tell stories and talk about our platform, and this is Becca. And so if you can take away one thing about this, about what we do here, it's that, you know, we really work hard to make your line items work, and we really try and stay away from the camera as much as possible. So that's us. This is the augmented line item. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time at Optimize. Except maybe not her. See ya.